Hey folks, today we're going to be taking a look at my Funko Pop Vinyl Retro Style G1 Optimus Prime figure. So sit back and relax and let's get right into this. Hey guys, I'm here from Transformers and Video Games and welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, I'm just going to go ahead and ask you to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for me right now. It really helps promote channels like mine so that we get noticed on the platform. As I mentioned earlier, today we're going to be taking a look at my Funko Pop Vinyl G1 Optimus Prime figure. I just picked this up from EB Games here in Canada for $14.99. If I'm not mistaken, this sells for $11.99 in the US. Now, I don't normally buy these, so let me know in the comments section if that's the regular price for these figures. Okay, so let's start off by taking a look at the packaging. Optimus Prime is number 22 of the Pop Vinyl Retro line, as you can see from the banner along the top of the box. The figure comes in this very nice window packaging for collectors who like to display their figures mint and sealed box. This window wraps around to the right side of the box so that you can get a great view of the figure inside. On the front and on the left side of the box, there's an illustration of Optimus Prime. And on the back, we get a look at some of the other Transformers-related pop vinyls that are out in stores right now. This includes number 23 Bumblebee, number 24 Megatron, number 25 Jazz, and number 26 Soundwave. I haven't seen any of these other figures at retail, but I'm most looking forward to Megatron and Soundwave. I also heard that number 27 is Starscream, which is apparently a Target exclusive, and number 35 will be Jetfire or Skyfire if you're going by the name in the 1980s Sunbow animation series. Well, enough about the packaging. It's time to open the box up and release this figure from its cardboard prison. Optimus Prime comes in this nice plastic clamshell to keep the figure safe and secure inside the box. And as you can see, the top and bottom portions of the clamshell fold down to finally release the figure so that we can take a look at it in hand. Now, right out of the packaging, I've got to say that Optimus Prime looks fantastic. It's got a really nice weight to it, and the colors that they've used are really bright and vibrant, and it looks like it's got a ton of great paint applications. Of course, the head is oversized like all other pop vinyl figures. Optimus Prime's faceplate and the crest of his helmet are painted silver, and since he's the leader of the Autobots, they've given him big, friendly Autobot blue eyes. Optimus Prime has a matching Autobot faction symbol on each shoulder. Normally when they paint Optimus Prime's front windows, they either paint them black or a more anime-accurate baby blue. Here they've gone with black, which is actually my personal preference. He's got silver paint applications on his smokestacks, his front grille, bumper, upper thighs, on his side gas tanks, and on his rims. They've also given him some very cool tampagraphs on his forearms, his knees, and on the front of his feet, mimicking the stickers from the original G1 figure. I'm also pleased to see that he's holding his very iconic laser blaster in his right hand, which has been Optimus Prime's weapon of choice for nearly 40 years now. Now let's take a quick look at the back side of the figure. As expected, it's very clean looking since this is, of course, a simplified representation of the vintage figure. Now, having said that, I was a little surprised to see that they've actually included silver paint details on the back of his elbows, and that they actually painted this back section right here black. On the original G1 figure, this would have been an open space where just about everyone stored the figure's robot fists in truck mode. For anyone waiting to see me get into the articulation of the figure or the transformation, you're out of luck this time. Even though these are based on Transformers characters, the figures obviously don't transform, and unfortunately they don't include any articulation. For anyone who's interested, here's a quick look at the Pop Vinyl Optimus Prime next to my original vintage Generation 1 version of the figure. I won't be displaying these two figures together, but for anyone who hasn't seen an 80s Optimus Prime in a while, here's a look at the original source material and the inspiration for this retro-style pop vinyl representation of the figure. Now I couldn't pull out my G1 Optimus Prime without transforming it into its iconic truck mode and showing it next to my new pop vinyl Optimus Prime figure. If I was going to display these figures together, this is definitely how I'd do it. There's a reason why Hasbro continues to reissue G1 Optimus Prime nearly 40 years later, and this is it. The figure is an absolute classic, and it still holds up after all these years. I always like to hear from my viewers, so if you're interested, leave me a comment in the comments section letting me know what Optimus Prime as a character means to you, or if you have any special memories relating to any version of Optimus Prime that we've seen over the last 4 decades. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video up right here. Now, I'm not a pop vinyl collector, but I'm really glad I picked this figure up. The colors and paint applications are on point, and the design of the figure captures the likeness of the original Optimus Prime from the 80s in a really fun way. I would highly recommend this figure for anyone who collects Optimus Primes, or even if you're just a general Transformers collector. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Take care.